Imagine a day when the sky splits in two, when Olympus looks up and sees another heaven staring back. Not a realm ruled by thunder, but one defined by pure, unending light. Picture it, the gods of Greece, proud, flawed, immortal, standing face to face with the one who claims to be infinite. And in that deafening silence, Zeus, father of gods and men, raises his lightning bolt, the very symbol of his authority, and whispers a challenge that echoes through eternity. Who dares call himself the only god? Instantly, the air above Mount Olympus shatters. A blinding holy light floods the realm, so brilliant it makes the sun seem like a candle. Poseidon's oceans tremble, the waves crashing in confusion. Deep below, even Hades feels his underworld quake, the very foundations of his kingdom shaken. From the heavens, a voice descends. It's calm, impossibly serene, yet it carries a power vast enough to unmake stars. I am the Alpha and the Omega, the beginning and the end. The Olympians fall silent. All their bravado, all their power, suddenly feels insignificant. Athena, goddess of wisdom, finds her strategies and knowledge feeling small, like a single drop in an endless ocean. Apollo's radiant light, the very essence of his being, flickers, overshadowed by this new divine brilliance. Only Zeus stands tall. He's trembling, his knuckles white around his lightning bolt, but his pride will not let him bow. You speak as if the universe is yours, he roars, his voice laced with defiance. It is, the voice replies, simple and absolute. That's when thunder and divine light collide. Zeus, in a final act of supreme authority, hurls his master bolt, a weapon that has toppled titans and shaped the world. But it doesn't even reach its target. It simply vanishes mid-air, absorbed into nothingness. The voice answers not with fury, not with a counterattack, but with something far more terrifying. Silence. A profound, crushing silence. And in that silence, every god feels it. Their power fading, their immortality shrinking before the sheer scale of infinity. Hermes, the swift messenger, is the first to fall. He drops to his knees, his face pale. Father, I cannot move. His legendary speed, gone. Apollo screams as his sun chariot dims, the light of his celestial body fading into a weak glow. The world below feels the sudden chill. Ares feels the rage in his heart quiet, replaced by a cold, unfamiliar dread. Aphrodite's beauty feels hollow, a fleeting illusion. In that moment, the Greek gods understand a horrifying truth. They were never the creators. They were never the ultimate power. They were only reflections, echoes of something far greater, far older. Yet, Zeus refuses to yield. Kneeling is not in his nature. He glares into the light, his voice cracking with a pain deeper than any physical wound. If you made us, if we are your creation, why did you let us fall? Why did you let us be forgotten? The voice replies, softer now, with a hint of sorrow. Because you wanted to be gods. The heavens open wider, and behind the veil of light the Olympians see them. Outlines of angelic beings, their wings made of fire, their halos shining like distant galaxies. And a jolt of recognition runs through the gods. They've seen these figures before, in another age, under different names, in stories whispered before their own myths were ever born. Athena, her mind racing to connect the pieces, steps forward. Her voice is barely a whisper. Are we the fallen? There is no answer. Only the sound of the wind whistling through the silent halls of Olympus. But deep in her heart, in the core of her divine wisdom, she knows. The myths of man, scattered across cultures and ages, are all just fragments of the same divine truth. Different names, same essence. Could it be? Was Zeus once a great archangel who defied heaven out of pride? Was Olympus just a beautiful, tragic echo of a paradise lost? The realization dawns on them with devastating clarity. Their entire existence, their wars, their loves, their triumphs, all a replay of an ancient drama. Finally, Zeus kneels. His body, which has shouldered the weight of the sky, slumps in defeat. His thunderbolt falls from his hand and shatters into 1,000 pieces of crackling energy upon the marble floor. The divine light touches his crown, and his memories flood back, not just of his reign on Olympus, but of something before. Eons of worship, of war, of vanity, and of a choice made long ago. For the very first time in his immortal life, Zeus feels small, and then the voice speaks one last time, filled not with judgment, but with a profound compassion. Even gods can be humbled, but those who remember love never truly fall. The light begins to fade. The second heaven recedes, and the sky above Olympus returns to its familiar blue. The mountain remains, but it is quieter now. The air is different, lighter. The gods look at each other, their rivalries and resentments gone. They are no longer competitors for worship. They are just echoes, bound together by a shared, forgotten past. And in the distance, thunder rolls. Not in defiance, but in reverence. The story of the gods has always been the story of humanity, a tale of pride, rebellion, and the long, difficult path to forgiveness. Perhaps the Greek gods never truly vanished. Perhaps they simply learned who they were always meant to be. If you love exploring the deep connections between myths and legends, make sure to subscribe to Legendary Myths. Here, we believe the stories of the gods never truly die. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next legend.